What's up, everyone? I'm DJ Hamilton, and you're tuned into the DJ Sports Show, where we give you the latest, greatest, and most exciting sports stories in the world of sports. From interviews to having people's stories heard and told. This is the DJ Sports Show. Let's get it! What's up, y'all? It's DJ Hamilton, DJ Sports. If you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. And make sure you guys share anybody you know who loves sports. And if you listen on audio platforms, leave a 5-star rating. Share anybody you know. Here at Manny again, we're going to talk the AFC East. On this one, we're going to talk the AFC East with the Bills. We got the Jets. Who else do we got in the AFC East? We also got the England Patriots, and we got the Dolphins. So first up, we're doing the Buffalo Bills. Division winners last year, 13-4. I mean, this team was lost to the Chiefs again in the AFC title game. This team has dominated the AFC East division though for 5 consecutive years, and they didn't. Josh Allen, man, I know a lot of people have him as the best quarterback in the league. He's coming off a historic MVP season, first player in NFL history with 40+ passing touchdown seasons, consecutive 40+ passing touchdown seasons, and the first quarterback with 6 or more rushing touchdowns in 7 straight years. I'm like, whoa, not even Lamar Jackson has done that. That's crazy. I mean, this guy, they made sure to take care of him and, secure him as a franchise cornerstone for like the next 6-7 years. Signed him to a 6-year, $330 million contract extension, $250 million guaranteed, makes him the highest paid player in the league based on guaranteed money. He broke so many franchise records in total touchdowns and made history of becoming the first quarterback to score touchdowns passing, receiving, and rushing in the same game. When I saw that, my mind was blown. Yeah. And he only had 6 turnovers last season. Now I think that was the biggest, and I'm going to get into I think why, but the best decision making of his career, and he was incredible. I think that's why he took his game to even the next level. I'm just interested in is this a maturation of his game, or was it just an aberration? We'll see this year. But one of the key components of that was the offensive line, man. The offensive line was incredible for them. They had one of the best offensive lines in the league last season, top 5 offensive line. I think on Pro Football Focus, I think they had them top 4 or number 2 behind the Broncos. But Allen last year was blitzed the least amount of times in his career. That was low since his rookie season, 136. I saw. They allowed a pressure rate of 31.9%, which is 8th in the league, and led the NFL with a sack rate of only 2.6%. And against the blitz, the line was particularly amazing. They had a 30.1 pressure rate, which was second best in the league, and 2.7 sack rate, which was also second best. And one thing I also love that they did this offseason, their running game has been, but James Cook has been a great running back for them, and they finally secured him. They signed him to that 4-year, $48 million extension and the $30 million is guaranteed. So he's one of the highest paid running backs in the league, alongside like Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley. Because there was rumors before he signed the contract, they're not going to sign him, things of that nature, and they finally recently just signed him. He was the first Bills running back with consecutive 1,000 rushing yard seasons since LaShawn McCoy in 2016-17. I'm like, they better pay that man. I'm like, this is the guy.
Hope they give him more touches too.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, I hope they give him more touches too, because there was times last year, like in the games where, obviously, he would get the rock and stuff, but I just felt like they could have relied even more on James Cook to get more touches last year and just like secure a lead or just like build upon it in a way. And like, obviously Josh Allen knows what to do with the football. So I would never be mad at them keeping the ball in his hands. But James Cook he's nice. He's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, also like to run the clock, like especially when you have that advantage, just run the football. You got a reliable running back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think James Cook, he's one of the best running backs in the league. Definitely a top 10 running back. Some other key offseason moves they made. They released Von Miller. They traded Stephon Diggs last year, to the Patriots. I know Micah Hyde, he retired. Their safety, who was always that reliable guy, he's retired now. Yeah. They extended the defensive end, Greg Russo. I forgot to say his name. He led the team in sacks last year with 8. And the linebacker, Terrell Bernard, finished second on team in total tackles with 104. So they also extended him as well. And they welcomed a lot of significant additions as well. Wide receiver Joshua Palmer. They got Joey Bosa. They got Michael Hoyt. Larry Ogunjobi. They beat up that defensive front line because one thing their weakness last year was defending the run. They had no resistance against the run. Anybody could just walk through there like it's what's it called, like a bakery, just like, yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, you just go through right up the middle. Yeah, just get whatever cake you want. Hey, you want ice cream? Hey, we'll give you ice cream. Like they didn't provide no resistance at all. That running defense was horrendous last year. They had no big guys, but now I think they really kind of added to that. I expect their run defense to be at least a little bit better this coming season. Palmer gives them another second wide receiver outside of Khalil Shakir, who led the team in targets last year for them. And I think the defensive front lineup I think should be good for them because they were only 20th in sack percentage last year and 12th in pressure rate. Which the 12th in pressure rate is not bad because that's in the upper half of the league, but the 20th in sack percentage, they weren't really getting after a quarterback. They weren't applying any pressure to opposing team's quarterback, and that allowed the opposing team's offense to really get into their sets and things of that nature, which kind of hurt their defense. So I think this team, I'm going into my prediction. I got them going 13-4. This team was tremendous last year. Josh Allen's the reigning league MVP. He's at the height of his powers. He has some added defensive front line help. Man, and then James Cook, you got him secured now. I think he's going to continue to get better. I have them making the playoffs, going 13-4. And winning the division.
Okay.
So
I definitely think they're gonna secure this division.
Yeah, easily.
They won 5 straight years in a row, 5 straight seasons in a row ever since Josh Allen became a starter, pretty much. So I have the utmost faith that the Bills will definitely take care of business in this division. And then also too, man, Josh Allen is truly, truly incredible. I could go down a whole nother discussion of how I don't think he should have won MVP last year, but that's another discussion. I think he's still truly, truly incredible. And what he did last season was also incredible. But ultimately, nobody else in this division is really just going to be able to keep up with the Buffalo Bills, bro. Like, that's what it comes down to. They don't have much competition in this division where I could see another team really testing how well they will be or testing if they'll actually secure the division. Because, I mean, just like looking at the competition, bro.
It's kind of a laughing stock.
Like, come on, man. I'll explain. I'll wait until we get to the Dolphins. Patriots, Jets, like, yeah, it's just not enough. So Bills, they've been in the right direction for the past 3 years. I think the biggest point at this time for the team and the fans is not necessarily let's get to the postseason or let's get wins in the postseason. It's literally let's get to the Super Bowl because they've been so close multiple times. They just haven't been able to get over the hump named Patrick Mahomes. So they run into anybody else. Maybe they get there, but we'll see. I definitely got Bills favored in this division.
Exactly. No, I agree with you. Yeah, I was like, let's not even wait till we get to the end with all the teams. Let's just make it right now.
Yeah,
this division, I was like, yeah, this one's obvious,
bro. Because
North was tough, but yeah,
AFC North is a competitive division.
Yeah,
but like when I look at this division, bro, the Dolphins, and I really think Mike McDaniel should be in the hot seat. Mike McDaniel needs to be in the hot seat. He's been here since 2022.
You took my take. I was about to. So when we get there,
yeah, my bad. I know.
No, we can get there. Yeah, we can get to more of it when we get to the Dolphins. But save that for the Dolphins. Save the juice you got, man. I like that energy though. He was like, oh, he irritates me.
No, for real, man. And I vouched for him for a good chunk of time, but at this point,
yeah,
I can't even support it. I can't help you out no more.
Help you out, man.
No evidence to help you out no more.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, literally, bro. So, yeah. But I think Bill's got this wrapped up for sure.
You got them going 13-4, or?
So, and I actually need to go back to their schedule to give an accurate one with the Buffalo Bills. 13-4. I think they're a very, very talented team. So, with winning 13 games does not sound crazy to me, especially since last year they won a lot of close matchups. They won a lot of games where it came down to the wire. They closed them out well and things like that. So that does give me confidence that they'll be able to do the same. However, things happen.
Injuries happen
throughout the course of the season, and then teams are heating up. It's really those question mark teams that I really feel like are going to have a big say because I mean, like they open against they open against the Ravens, which is insane. About to be a crazy matchup.
That's gonna be a great one.
Man, that game can go either way. And after that, the Jets, I think they take care of business there. Miami, New Orleans, they're going to take care of a lot of business. But it's just some of these question mark teams. Like if the Dolphins are elite, then obviously maybe something can happen. And division games get weird. Division games get a little tricky because you just never know. These teams play each other every year, so they know each other very well. So just those type of question mark things. But I can definitely see the Bills winning 13 games. Okay. I can see them, going 13-4.
Yeah, I see them going easily. This next team is like a soap opera, man. We got the New York Jets. Yeah, anyone who likes soap operas, New York Jets will be your favorite form of entertainment, man. 5-12 last year, missed the playoffs, man. The longest playoff drought in the NFL currently. 14 consecutive years, man. I was like, I saw when they made the playoffs, I was like 10, bro. Like 10 years old, 9 years old, man. I'm like, damn.
The Jets,
so
man.
It's bad, yeah. Aaron Glenn's first full season with the team. Marks the arrival of the What you say?
I'm excited to see what he does with the Jets and see how he establishes the culture with the New York Jets. Like I'm curious to see if they make something.
Because he's a defensive guy. He was the defensive coordinator for the Lions. I know.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like obviously, Lions had a great defense, and man, Lions defense they got stripped down just all the way because they had so many injuries, and yet they still
Hutchinson, man, that was the big blow.
They were still effective. They were still effective from the schemes that Aaron Glenn cooked up. So that gives me a lot of faith in the Jets, especially since they have the personnel on the defensive side of the ball. They still got a lot of talent on that line in that front seven, and then they still got Sauce Gardner over there in at corner. So I'm confident in their personnel from the defensive perspective. So I think they'll be elite defensively, and then offensively, maybe they still have something going on because they got weapons over there on the offensive end as well. But the big question mark is really just going to be if Justin Fields can get the ball to his receivers and get the ball to the skilled guys.
Exactly. Their defense is elite. Like I saw, they were like in the top 10 for like passing yards allowed. And they weren't shabby against the run, except for like opponent touchdowns allowed. But in terms of like per rush, they were like amongst the best in the league. Defensively, I'm not worried about them. It's the offense, man. I know this past offseason they released Aaron Rodgers in February, following 2 disappointing years with the team. I know he tore his Achilles in one, so that year doesn't really count. And last year they weren't really that good. They freed up $14 million for 2025 and $35 million in 2026 for a dead cap since his release. I know they've signed Justin Fields as a starting quarterback to a 2-year, $40 million deal. They have a new offensive coordinator in Tanner Anstring from the Detroit Lions. This guy was very instrumental in the Lions having a highest scoring offense in the league last season. I know he's going to help maximize Garrett Wilson because he did that with Amon Ross St. Brown, excuse me. And then Wilson has had 3 consecutive years of 80-plus receptions and 1,000-plus receiving yards. He is, he's one of only 3 players in NFL history to start a career with doing that, 3 consecutive seasons of at least 80 catches and 1,000 yards. And he's the only receiver to do that in Jets history. When I searched it up, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Like I said, you going to say?
No, I was just saying like that is insane.
Yeah.
And he's very talented too. So he's thrived under multiple quarterbacks. I mean, Zach Wilson got him active at one point, Aaron Rodgers, obviously. And then, now he's about to play with Justin Fields. So we'll see. But I think it's definitely incredible how he's been able to adjust and alter his game with all of these quarterbacks. Because that's low-key not an easy thing to do. You got to get the timing down. You got to be able to understand, like, your quarterback's throwing power. Like if they throw high, they throw low. Like you just got to be able to understand and be on the same page. So to have that switched every single year for him, that's incredible, man.
Exactly. And Wilson, he produced his first 100 catch season last year, and only the second in Jets history last season, when he grabbed the 100. That was Garrett Wilson. Excuse me, I'm thinking of another Wilson. But yeah, when he grabbed 101 receptions from 1,104 yards, I was like, that's really impressive. They signed wide receiver Josh Reynolds and Tyler Johnson, who hopefully got them some depth to the receiver position. On the draft side, they drafted Armin Menbo from Missouri, offensive tackle, tight end Mason Taylor from LSU, who could also give them potential another weapon. But I know I'm gonna get into the prediction, but I need to see for the Jets, I need to see Justin Fields be a consistent quarterback. And I also want to see if Breece Hall can get back to being an effective running back, because man, he took a
Yeah.
step back last season, man. He was
Yeah.
held to a career low, 4.2 yards per carry. I'm like, damn, like this guy, not even getting 5 yards per carry. Like this guy was really struggling to get any type of momentum going in his running game, and they had a non-existent running game last season, and it kind of put a lot of pressure on the old Aaron Rodgers coming off a torn Achilles to have to get the ball downfield, and I put more pressure on the offensive line because now they have to make sure they protect Aaron Rodgers so he can find a good receiver who's open, and because you don't have a running back who could get you a first down or extra yards, nothing. So I want to see Hall get. I'm not gonna say it's a make or break year for him because he had a pretty good year the year before last year, or the years before that. But I think he needs to get back to being an effective running back because when he was one of the most effective running backs in the league. So that's one of the big question marks I had for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Breece Hall is obviously still extremely talented, but I think a lot of it had to do with the way that offense was ran last year. Man, it was a tragedy last year. Watching that Jets offense, man. So I think they definitely have a different type of outcome, at least if anything, with the run game. So hopefully that's the case. But I mean, the Jets they're just a big question mark team right now. They're a big question mark team. They could be really good, they could be average, or they could be really bad. It's hard to tell with them because they've had so many changes.
My record for them prediction is like 7-10, 6-11, miss playoffs. I have them going 7-10, missing the playoffs.
Yeah, I got them going 8-9 at best.
8-9.
8-9 at best.
You're a little bit more optimistic than me.
A little bit, but honestly though, I'm really not. It really should be around the lines of the 7-10, 6-9 type of thing because they got the schedule they play. It's not like a Super Bowl contender type of teams, but these are like playoff contending type of teams that they go against this season. So looking at the schedule, it's going to be tough to win some of these games, man, especially on the road. And anything can happen, of course, but I think around the lines of like a 7-10 actually fits a little bit better. Like an 8-9 is them having a good season, but if they go, I would just be shocked, man. I would be shocked. And I don't think they end up turning into being like a really good team this season. Not so soon, but this will probably be the season that establishes the future. Like, all right, the Jets are coming. They'll be here in the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I'll say like 2-3 years they could be if they keep drafting well and getting some free agents, they could be a threat in like 2-3 years. It's gonna take more time though. But I have them missing the playoffs. So next team,
I got them. I don't see them making the playoffs.
Yeah, I was like 8-9. That's still missing playoffs.
Yeah.
All right. So next team we got in AFC East. Second to last one is the New England Patriots. 4-13 last year. Missed the playoffs last year. So they traded for Stephon Diggs. This gives Drake May a legitimate deep ball threat. Number 1 wide receiver. This is what he was missing last year. This is a guy you can go to right out the snap. You can rely on deep downfield, short yardage, anything. Before his season-ending ACL injury that cut his season short last year, Diggs had 6 consecutive years of 1,000+ receiving yards and 10+ yards per reception. He and Mike Evans are the only ones to do that in that span. So we're talking about one of the best receivers in the entire National Football League. And the Patriots could get a guy like that. I don't think we're going to get into the record, but I think they're going to take a jump up this season. And also, I know, May had kind of up and down rookie season last year. That's due to a lot of factors. Poor offensive line. You didn't have great weapons. And then you had poor coaching. So, and you can't really rely on a rookie to try to figure out all that. We have all those things are a mess. You know what I'm saying? So,
man,
I'm
going to just say this. Patriots are on the right track.
Yeah.
I definitely think they're on the right track. But giving Stephon Diggs $70 million was ridiculous to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was ridiculous to me. Obviously, they're planning on having him come back and stuff, but man, ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous to me. And I don't think he'll come back as that same player. I mean, he's already, 31, 32 years old.
He's in his 30s now.
Right now. One more, what was it?
I think he's in his 30s now. I gotta look up his exact age.
I'm pretty sure he's 32 right now. Which is not young, which is not old.
Yeah, he'll be 32 in November, late November.
So this season he'll be 32 years old. You're giving a guy who's 32 years old $70 million after he already came off an injury.
Torn it,
not smart.
An football, especially too, especially in football.
It ain't like, oh, he had a bruised elbow. He couldn't play the last 2 weeks of the season. No. This is ACL injury. Already 32 coming into this season, pretty much. We're about to be 32. And you give him 70 mil. I can't do it.
Especially in the sport of football. Hell no.
Nah. Yeah, I can't do it. So that concerns me. And yeah, I think they'll be on the right track down the line. They're establishing the roots right now. Don't see them being any serious threats in this division as of now. But maybe down the line, they'll have some potential and, some things to start going their way, especially if they make better decisions than giving 31-year-olds 70 mil coming off of injuries. So,
exactly.
I mean, I see them being all right, but definitely not a playoff team in my eyes.
One thing I think that makes me a little bit more positive about them, I don't see them making the playoffs, but I see them making a big jump, is also better head coach, man. They hired former Titans coach Mike Vrabel, who's really good. Everybody respects him. He's BS. Like, he had a 56-46 record with the Titans. He led them to the 2019 AFC Championship game, and they won 2 AFC South Division titles. Like, this guy is capable of coaching. We've seen it. He's proven it. Now he has a young, talented quarterback in May. I think he's going to mold into even a better player. They did lose quarterback Jacoby Brissett to Arizona, cornerback Jonathan Jones to Washington. They did sign edge rusher Harold Landry to enhance their pass rush. They drafted Will Campbell from LSU. I know there was all that controversy. He has short arms. Is he going to be able to block well? We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And they signed offensive tackle Morgan Moses to help, improve that offensive line of scrimmage for quarterback Drake May. The team ranked 26 in QB sack percentage. They couldn't protect nobody last year. It was bad.
Yeah, they really hit it off in the draft. They had probably the best draft in the NFL. Like for in terms of building your team for the future, definitely. I think they were very solid draft night. And it will help them in the future. But as far as this year, I don't think they get a complete turnaround. But you have, like you said, you have the coach to do it. You have the guy who has a proven track record of turning these organizations around and flipping it to the positive. So maybe not this season, but 2 seasons from now, we'll be talking about Patriots in a different light.
Yeah, definitely. And then their defense, man, they were not good. 25th in red zone scoring percentage and touchdowns, and 27th in opponent third down conversion percentage. That's going to need a big improvement. They were last in terms of sack percentage, so they were the worst pass rushing defense in last season. Like they did though sign a Super Bowl champion defensive tackle Milton Williams. I think that will help. This guy has championship pedigree. He just came off a Super Bowl. He knows what it's like to get to the play in high leverage moments. You did sign safety Jalen Hawkins and defensive end K'Lavon Chason. Those guys I think will help, beef up your defense. Get, maybe not to, definitely not elite level, but definitely maybe become more of a middle of the pack defense. Maybe if you guys can even get to a middle of the pack defense, that would be a big jump in your season. You know what I'm saying? That would be improvement, which is what you want. You're not going to be a contender, but you want to see steady improvement. My prediction for them, I got them going 7-10, missing the playoffs. Like 8-9, 7-10, around there.
I could see him. Yeah, I could see him going like a 6-11, 7-10. I think 7-10 is a little generous for me, but I see them, possibly pulling out a couple games, but definitely missing the playoffs. Whether it's 7-10, 6-11, like either way, I see them missing the playoffs when the time comes. But it's some games on this schedule where I think they can definitely pull out. But we'll see. Maybe like 6-7 games.
6-7 games. Yeah, I agree with you. So we got the last. So we got the last team now here on the AFC East docket. The Miami Dolphins. I know you're gonna go on your spew now. You can really do it. Last season, 8-9, missed the playoffs. So man, they had a busy offseason. I got mad notes here for them, bro. So I'll get into them a little bit before you can get to your little spew of Mike McDaniel. So my question is like, can Tua stay healthy, man? I mean,
hell no.
I'm watching Tua since he was at Alabama. I know he had the concussion scares. I remember seeing that back in the day.
Loved him in Alabama. I loved him.
I was like, this guy's a dog. I was like, can he stay? I was worried about his health because he was getting concussions left and right. And fortunately, that's kind of, transition and translate to the NFL. And we saw last season when he kind of had his, I couldn't even look at it the way he's doing his fingers and stuff at that Bills game. Man. I was like, nah, man. I was like, this guy, he needs to be smarter, more aware of how when he's to protect himself, not running into and putting his head down into the defender. Like, you don't see Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow do that. They're smart about it.
Bro came back from having a concussion. The first thing he do is run head first and dive at somebody.
Like you
Right,
gotta
but
be
you are not.
aware. You gotta be
Yeah.
smarter than this, man. You gotta
That was
like
rough.
that was
Get
a, not a
concussion,
yeah. It's
slap the
not.
back. Somebody slapped the back of his helmet. He got a concussion, and the first thing he do is run hips first to dive.
He's like the Joel Embiid of the NFL, like a worse version.
Pretty much, yeah. And
Because
you
he's
know,
not Joel Embiid the talent, because Joel Embiid's been MVP and stuff. So I want to put respect in Joel Embiid's name, but you know what I'm saying?
he not in this division, but I really think that's Trevor Lawrence. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, no, we can tie Tua into that too, because he ain't won a playoff game and since he's been with the Dolphins either.
Yeah, and he's been in the league a while now. 2020.
Yeah, been in the league for some time, still ain't got nothing done. And I think Dolphins as a whole, it's time to look in that mirror and decide if you about to go another direction, because this team has been way too talented not to win a postseason game. And granted, I know you had to play the Chiefs a couple times, you had to play the Bills. Like I know the matchups y'all had to play has been crazy in terms of why you haven't won in the postseason. But also, let's not forget that this team is regular season bandits, because all regular season they look like the dominant team. They'll win 11 plus games, or they'll win this many games, and they'll be dominant first in yards of this and first with these plays. And you know how people start manipulating the stats. They look like a great team, but come postseason, you get mollywopped and you get whacked and you get sent home. Like, or it's too cold to play football all of a sudden. And it's like,
we're in the playoff here.
like what are we doing, man? So they really got to decide on what they about to do, man. You know, Dolphins to me, they're a joke at this point, man. They're a joke at this point.
Hey, let me get to.
Go ahead, man. Yeah,
let me get to more of my notes before you get to your Miami Daniels people, because you had that earlier and I had me crying. So they had a busy offseason, man. So they got All-Pro and a cornerback, Jalen Ramsey, and Pro Bowl tight end Jonnu Smith in that Pittsburgh Steelers trade in exchange for All-Pro safety Minkah Fitzpatrick and a 2027 fifth-round pick. Man, this frees the Dolphins up from Ramsey's substantial contract he had, and he reunites them with Fitzpatrick, who started his career off with the Dolphins. They did strengthen up their offensive line, James Daniels and Larry Borom. They signed defensive tackle Zach Sealer recently to a 3-year, $67.75 million extension. He's had back-to-back 10-sack seasons, so he's very effective on that defensive front line. They were 27th, though, in QB sack rate last season, so definitely getting a guy like Sealer, you definitely want to have him there. They signed Titans wide receiver Nick Westbrook-Ekine, hope I said his name right, who could serve as a reliable tertiary receiving target after Hill and Jalen Waddle. That expands their Dolphins offense, I think, when you have 3 guys who you can rely on as your receiving targets. And my question for the Dolphins is, yes, aside from Tua's health, can you reignite Raheem Mostert? Because this guy last year, you guys didn't really use him. But 2 years ago, he led the NFL in rushing yards, where he was a Pro Bowl with over 1,000 rushing yards. You know what I'm saying? But you guys made the switch last year to Devon Achane, which resulted, we kind of like threw Mostert to the side, and he only started one start in 13 games, where he rushed for just 278 yards because he didn't really give him any opportunity, which was a significant decrease from his 1,012 in 2023. This guy literally led the league in rushing yards, and not like he had a significant injury or something, and he just threw him to the side. That's what I get with the Miami Daniels and offensive coordinator. Like, what are you guys doing? And Achane is good. Don't get me wrong; he's solid, but like, you literally just had someone who led the league in rushing yards, and you just throw him to the side. And I think that's the year that Christian McCaffrey was healthy, if I'm not mistaken. And he still led the league in rushing yards.
Still led the league in rushing. Yeah, he was.
Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing here?
Oh, that stuff be weird, man. This is why I'm gonna let you finish. This is
what is in that Miami water, bro?
About the Dolphins. This is exactly how I feel the way I do.
I'm perplexed, bro. Like, if I have a guy leading the league in rushing, and he's not even coming off an injury or nothing, major injury, I'm not throwing him to the side.
Yeah, I'm getting my guy the ball.
I'm gonna let him cook until he shows, he consistently can't produce for us. Then okay, that's different. But like, that made me scratch my head when I saw that, bro. I'm like, one start in 13 games, and he just led the league in yards the season before. Like, come on, man.
There was a lot of questionable things going on with the Dolphins last year, and a lot of those things also ran into the offseason as well. Yeah. And now we about to circle back around because the season's starting up, and I don't really have many high expectations for the Dolphins.
Damn. I feel that. What was your Mike McDaniel spiel you had earlier? Because you were going in.
Yeah, man. I think that
he's on the hot seat though. This year, I think he's on the hot seat.
Mike McDaniel is in the hot seat. I think he's probably the number one coach that should be in the hot seat, and he's first in line in terms of getting fired come off season of 2025, because this man has been with the Dolphins since 2022, ain't won a postseason, ain't been to the playoffs every single year. And I mean, they've just continued to be regular season bandits. And that does not cut it when you have the talent that the Dolphins have on that team and had in the past years on that team.
Exactly.
So to me, definitely overrated in what he's doing. And it needs to be a change of scenery. I think McDaniel is definitely a good coach. I think he has some things sorted out well of what he does really well, and his different areas of utilizing the team's strengths at times. But it might be time just for him to go to another team, and Miami just might not be it for him. It might not be the right side of the country for him.
I think two people are in the hot seat this year. McDaniels, because, man, you got the most talented team probably you've ever had this year coming in with the Dolphins with your receiving core. You have an all-pro cornerback in Jalen Ramsey. You got a Pro Bowl Titan now, who I didn't even mention with the wide receivers with Hill, Waddle, and Econ. You also got Jonnu Smith, a Pro Bowl Titan, that's stud. You got like 4 legit passing like targets you can go to. And then you need to implement Mostert back into the line. You got a good running back duo and Achane and Mostert, even though I would have Mostert starting and Achane backing up. You have weapons offensively. So if you can't make it with this team, at least win a playoff game, you got to go, buddy. And then
and that's how I feel. I was just gonna say that's how I feel like with last year when you had, I mean, the past 2 to 3 years when Jalen Ramsey was there. Like, this is a guy who's, I mean, at the time was the best cornerback in the league, man. And kind of let the talent go to waste, because now you ship him out to Pittsburgh and send him over there. Now you take a hit at corner. Now you got to figure out what you're going to do at corner. And then it's only going to be so long until you do those same sort of things with the offensive weapons. So you look at Tyreek Hill and be like, I mean, we've seen how outspoken Tyreek Hill was this offseason, and at the end of the season, how he was talking about, I don't know if Miami the place for me, and I don't know if Dolphins is where I need to be. I'm trying to win, and I don't think I can win here. Like, he was saying a lot of these things to public media. So how much longer till you get Moser saying the same thing, Achane saying the same thing? Like, something just ain't clicking, and it's time for a change over there in Miami.
Yeah. Excuse me, y'all. I meant Ramsey and Smith got traded to Pittsburgh. I meant Fitzpatrick. You got Fitzpatrick on that defensive front, man. But yeah, and then also in the hot seat, I think Tua, man. I think if you can't stay healthy this year, they got to start looking at a quarter. And this is everybody's saying this is a good quarterback draft coming in 2026. So if I'm the Dolphins, man, if he can't stay healthy this year and he doesn't prove that, okay, we can make some noise in the playoffs, I think it's time to go in a different direction as well. I think he got to be on the hot seat too. It's been a while now. It's been what? This is 6 years now in the league.
Yeah, Tua is about to be in that same boat of Andrew Luck in a minute. Like, yeah, bro, just go ahead, call it quits. Wrap up.
Even though Andrew Luck was even better because he actually was.
Andrew Luck was a dog. Andrew Luck was a dog, but he just ain't want to deal with the injury stuff, which I get. Like, and I get it. Yeah,
football ain't easy.
Like, I mean, if you getting injured all the time, I get it, bro. We all would understand if Tua posted on Twitter right now, I'm retiring. Like, we would all understand.
Yeah, none of us will have any backlash.
Like, man, like, he had several concussions in freaking 3 years. Like, we get it, bro. It's okay. Like, with a concussion, like, it's okay. I promise we are not mad at you. So, yeah, Dolphins, they're a joke, though. They're a joke to me.
I think they'll go like 10-7, 11-6, and make the playoffs. Just barely, though.
That's where I have them.
I think they'll be a solid enough team because the weapons they have offensively.
Yep.
But I don't see them being a serious contender. I think they'll be like a middle of the pack good team that makes the playoffs and gets bounced out like in the wild card or something.
Definitely. And I 1000% agree, because I mean, I look at last year, they were beat down and bruised, had injuries, Tua was out, all kind of different things going on last year with their roster, and they still won 9 games. So I think, everyone coming back pretty much, besides obviously some people on the defense and all. I think they went around. They go about 10-7. I think 10-7. Especially with the schedule that I see. Hey, they kind of got a tough little schedule over here. It's not the worst in the NFL, but definitely a lot of games where I can see them winning. And I mean, Dolphins, they are solid, but they're just regular season team. They're just a regular season team.
Hey, they'll give you something to cheer about. But.
You're like the James Harden Houston Rockets from back in
pretty
the day.
much. That's a very
yeah, you know, the mix little basketball in there. You know what I'm saying?
When it come playoff time, them boys is not going to get playing.
Hey, yo, binoculars. Yo, where y'all at, man? I can't see y'all.
Y'all at, man? So, yeah, I don't see them. I see them getting to the playoffs, but they just going to lose.
Okay.
And we come first round, wild card.
Yeah. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got our AFC East winner. We both got the Bills winning the division. So, I don't think that's a really tough one.
That one's not even. That's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah. Some divisions are just easier than others. Like, some are just like, this one's like a no-brainer. But yeah, before we end the show, man, tell people they can find you, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely go check out the pod on Spotify, iPodcast, or Apple Podcasts. Wherever you listen to your podcast, search up The Run with Manny Wilson, and you'll find me. You can search up that same thing on Instagram, YouTube, also TikTok at The Run Podcast. And you will find my profile. You see all the clips. You'll see all of the stuff on there. So definitely go check it out, man. And bang us a follow and keep up with the content.
Exactly. Yo, make sure y'all go check out my guy. He really knows his stuff. He be cutting up them clips. He be getting busy.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, we did the first half of the AFC. We're going to get into the second half before next weekend. I want to try to do it like by the middle of the week or something like that, because next weekend I want to try to do the NFC. So, because the football season is September 3rd, it's starting earlier than usual. So, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys leave a like, share, and subscribe. Check out Manny's content. I'm your host, DJ Hamilton. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.